Hello everybody, welcome back to another Mortal Jellyfish video. Now today we're talking about Reaper versus Trinity. Now we're not going to be discussing the light form of Trinity. Light Angel is not something we're going to talk about here. We're just comparing the Void Angel's lifesteal to Reaper's consuming a soul's lifesteal. And then obviously we're going to talk about is how he gets a speed boost, invincibility frames, and how, even though I'm 90% sure it's less healing, how those benefits could make it better in worse situations. On that note, I do make Bedwars content almost every day, so make sure to like and subscribe. By the way, this versus video isn't like an entertainment one like before. This is more an actual serious one, debating on which kit is actually better than the other. On that note, let's get into some gameplay and let's kind of talk about these kits and why I think one of them is better than the other. Alright, over to the gameplay. Okay, so as some gameplay starts running here in the background, I briefly want to talk about Trinity and Reaper's pros and cons. That way we can kind of tell like the differences in these kits. Now, obviously, the pros to Reaper is he gets to heal after he kills somebody, he gets invincibility frames, and he gets a movement speed boost. Those are kind of his three perks or pros that he gets, but that comes with his con of that he has to kill people to benefit at all. And that, I mean, the healing was nerfed recently, so I mean that is kind of a con. I mean, he lost 12 out of 30 healing, so he's down to 18, which basically is like cutting his healing in half. They also nerfed a while back that he couldn't break beds while immune, so he lost that a while back as well. So this is officially Reaper's second nerf. And so yeah, that's going to be kind of Reaper's pros and cons there, just brief ones, nothing too wild, nothing too long of an explanation. And then we're going to talk about Trinity's pros and cons. Now, Trinity's pros is just healing, and I'm just talking about the Void form here. It is just pure lifesteal, and this means you're going to be healing throughout the entire fight, whether you be sniping with a bow, hitting with a sword, using Tesla traps. They're all going to heal you, and they're going to heal you like as soon as you hit somebody. I think it takes like a second or two before the orb hits you and heals you. So you're going to get on-demand healing, which to me is just really good, because this healing helps you in the fight itself, which in my opinion, healing it during the fight is a lot more important than healing after the fight, because that means you're directly being able to use it to win the fight in the first place. That said, Trinity does have some cons of his own. The first one being you need 3 kills to activate your powers. That means you're probably going to have a slightly slower disadvantage early game, where Reaper will be a bit stronger in the early game because he doesn't have to do anything to unlock his abilities, where Trinity will need to do that. So I really just here, if you're debating between Grim Reaper or just Trinity in sense, the other perk that I guess Trinity does have over Grim Reaper is that you do also have the choice to play Light Angel if you want it as well. But if you're looking for that like strong Reaper style that you used to get, you know, you go in, you kill a guy, eat a soul, kill another guy, eat a soul, kill another guy, eat a soul. I've actually, like, with the recent nerfs to Reaper, I feel like this is way harder to pull off. I feel like now as Reaper, because it only heals 18 health, I more so have to get a kill, grab the soul, and then run out of the fight. Now that speed boost and invincibility allows that, so I guess if you're looking for a play style, not so much the healing now, I feel like the healing, if you solely want a kit for just healing yourself, go Trinity. Like, hands down, if you're not playing Trinity and you're choosing Grim Reaper for the heal over Trinity, that's kind of silly to me, because in my personal experience of playing the kits, both of them, and I just played Reaper today, and I've been playing Trinity a little bit on and off too, Trinity just feels so much stronger when you're in fights, especially if you bring some Tesla traps with you and you place them down. It gives you like a stronghold point, because then they can't come on top of you, because if they do, that's all going to start life stealing for you as well. So yeah, if you're looking for a kit that's just purely around as much health and healing as you can, with just fighting by yourself and being tanky basically, Trinity is hands down going to be my go-to for that. Like, it feels like what old Reaper used to do, where you'd fight a whole team by yourself and just farm them for kills. That's what Trinity feels like to me now. Reaper feels like I can get a kill or two and then I have to bail with my souls, because they just aren't healing enough anymore. That said, there is some nice usage of the speed and the invincibility frames on Reaper. Now, sadly, he can't break beds anymore while invincible, which that was one of the biggest things for invincibility. So to me, he's kind of lost the perks of being invincible. Any more invincibility just feels like a con to the kit now. except for the fact that, I mean, it saves you from dying at times, but, or, you know, you can rush down a bridge or something with the speed and invincibility. But, I mean, now that you can't break beds while invincible, and you don't heal that much, the two favorite things of Reaper kit are gone for me, personally. Like, if I'm not getting good heals, so I can't fight whole teams, so it's kind of pointless, and if I'm not able to mine beds while invincible, you know, that sucks too. So the main thing you got is you get this short, like, invincibility sprint, and that's it. But why would you want to choose a kit where you get a quick little invincibility sprint to run away when you could have a warmongering gamer kit called Trinity where you could just smack people around and heal them off of them like crazy? I just gotta be flat out honest with you. I'm not even sure if this video is worth making, in my opinion, because I straight up feel that Trinity, in the sense of just what Reaper used to be, that Trinity just dominates that. And personally, I feel like the devs semi-nerfed Reaper to make Trinity feel stronger. That said, kits get nerfed all the time, so will Trinity remain this strong or not? I don't really know. But I do really feel like the devs nerfed Reaper to make Trinity feel better, which then in return sells more kits. But maybe that's just my outside perspective of it. Let me know what you guys think. Hands down, though, I do think Trinity just wins this fight. Yeah, but anyways, we'll hop into some numbers here now. I'll go do some testing, and we'll get some numbers, and we'll really compare the healing straight up. So this right here is just me testing Trinity's heals, with just different armor, different swords, and whatnot. Anyways, from what I can tell, at like no armor to emerald sword is like an 8 heal, and then like a wood sword to iron and up is like 1 HP. So the worst is like 1 HP, and the best is like 8 HP per hit. Either way, I mean, most fights take, well, unless it's like no armor, obviously. If you're no armor with wood swords, it's like 5 hits to kill. But once you start getting into armor, it's about roughly 10 hits to kill each other. So once you're like iron and up, it's like about 10 hits to kill each other. So if it takes you 10 hits to kill somebody, that means you're doing about 10 damage, 10, 12 damage, right? To be killing in like 10, 12 hits. But if you're getting 10 to 12 hits for 1 health, you're officially getting like 12 health back. So that means you're going to take 1 more hit. And I think most people already know this, that's what Trinity basically does. It'll basically heal you enough to get 1 hit back during a fight with somebody who's equally geared with you. So if you do the same kind of strategy as you would with Reaper and just make sure you outgear people that you're fighting, you'll just heal so much and you'll be so tanky and outgear them. You can pretty much just never leave the fight. Another swell tip here, though, is the Tesla traps. I put a little bit of that gameplay here. So good thing about Tesla traps is they always do 4 damage. They go through any sort of armor, so even at emerald level, each one will heal you for 1 health every time it zaps somebody. So you can always just charge in people's base, throw 4 of these down, and kind of guard the area around those. And I've noticed when you do that, you basically become immortal with Trinity. So yeah, that's just a little bit of the testing. We're going to go ahead and go to the end of this video and wrap it up on just overall end thoughts between Reaper versus Trinity. And yeah. So as we're hopping in here to some Reaper gameplay, these were the prime days of Reaper. This is from my Should You Buy Reaper video. I just felt like honoring Reaper one last time before I get into this end part of this video. It's got to look good, you know, right? Gotta look good. And this is already some really cool, nice Reaper gameplay here. So that's what we're using. I just want to let you know that. That said, I do just think with the 2 nerfs that have happened to Reaper, one being you can't break beds while invincible no more, and then the second one being almost half of his healing taken away, I just don't feel like this is a kit I want to play that much anymore. Not to mention there's this really weird thing with the anti-cheat and the actual Reaper kit skin that your feet clip into blocks and they just murder you all the time. So there's that too that's going on with this kit. So right now, I'm not gonna lie, Reaper had its great days and it was really up there. It was top notch and it got a reign superior for a pretty long time as one of the better kits to have in your arsenal. But now, you know, it feels like a rather fragile, weak version of its former self. Just with the little healing and not being able to mine beds while immune, the kit really just feels like it's fallen off from its days in its prime. I do think the kit is not like absolutely unusable or terrible. There's plenty of kits worse than Reaper still, but this kit is definitely not what it used to be or what I want to play. This kit used to allow us to just dive in head first, beat some people up if we outgeared them, eat their souls, kill their teammate, eat his soul, kill them, eat their soul, and just rinse and repeat, you know? Just continuously farm kills with this kit. And when I went back to play it this time, I was thoroughly disappointed. The kit feels rather weak. It feels like you have to put in so much work to kill somebody, only to just get 18 health back, which is so minuscule it doesn't really help you much at all. And that said, I mean, if you're looking for a kit that has some minor healing, self-healing I should say, some that has a little self-healing of a small amount, with a speed boost and an invincibility frame to get out after the kill, Reaper is the kit for you. But if you're looking for the warmongering, awesome, just overpowered lifesteal fighting kit, Trinity's for you. Just make sure you get those 3 kills done. That's all I gotta say for you guys. And yeah, so I mean, I guess I'm putting, in my book personally, for what I want to play in the game, I'm putting Trinity superior over Grim Reaper now. That said, I'll probably make a full breakdown video on Reaper later on of a is it still worth buying Reaper video to follow this one up. Because like I said, Reaper's not a terrible kit and it has some other uses, but it's just not that kit that I want, and I think that's where Void Form and Trinity just comes out superior. Now, as we end this video, I'd like to just take a quick moment to thank our 3 lovely members of the YouTube channel, Insolence Axolotl, and Redwood Deadwood, and Mama Peace. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel with your memberships. It does help out quite a bit. And on that note, guys, that's all for today, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.